Verde, the newest member.
Verde.
I'm sorry.
No, we're not idiots. We don't butcher the Spanish language.
You don't. This is the newest member of Susan and Josh's family.
This is our baby.
PSL's new investigative podcast series, Cold, enters its second week with more bombshell revelations, this time dealing not with Josh Powell, but instead his father, Steven. Front and center, boxes of evidence seized from his Washington home. In them, dozens of disturbing videotapes.
Some were used in his voyeurism trial in Washington, but most of them sat in storage at West Valley Police Headquarters for nearly a decade.
Yeah, David, the only people to see them were detectives, Steve himself, and KSL investigative reporter Dave Colley. Dave, everyone's anxious to find out what in the world you found.
Yeah, I mean, this is pretty crazy stuff. Digging through those tapes and the other evidence police seized, I learned two things. Steven's claim that he had a mutual intimate relationship with his daughter-in-law was anything but, and his infatuation with her went way beyond anything even the police might have imagined.
Here, let me just get a picture of you two.
For years, Steve Powell lived with a camcorder in his hand, videotaping important events. Weddings, graduations.
Hey, Josh, wave. There you go.
But look closer at these moments captured on camera, and you'll see a startling pattern. Regardless of the occasion, Steve Powell focused his lens on one thing.
Hold your hand up, please.
Susan.
Great. Now we will no longer look at your fingers. We will look at you. Now, that's Susan. There's Josh. I want her.
To not further victimize Susan, we won't show you most of Steve's videos. The majority detail Steve's fantasies about Susan, which are sexually explicit. But to understand the family turmoil she endured, you need to see how Steve fixated on her from the very early days of her marriage.
We're too close.
Steve's own journals reveal his infatuation became perversion and persisted through the years.
You know, she was very open in a sexual way.
And he was vocal about it after she disappeared, claiming Susan was a willing participant.
It was definitely a romantic obsession, yeah. I mean, you know, Susan's a beautiful woman, and when a beautiful woman comes onto you like that, it's really hard to resist that kind of a thing. I mean, maybe it's just me. Probably inappropriate, but I admit those things were going on.
But no one knew the depth of his obsession until investigators stepped foot in his bedroom.
It was a house of horrors when we went through there.
Police were there to retrieve Susan's childhood journals. Journals Steve spent years swiping and scanning. And journals Josh and Steve had intended to publish to paint Susan as promiscuous. But that plan backfired.
Yeah, that opened the door for us. That gave us the search warrant that got us into the house. That found that and much more evidence, yeah.
Inside a locked filing cabinet in Steve Powell's closet, police found evidence that his self-proclaimed relationship with Susan was one-sided. He stalked her, videotaping her from inside his car. He stole her personal items, her underwear, nail clippings, hygiene products, and he doctored photos of her and used his camera to build his collection.
20 to 25 detectives there, and we all went, wow. We were like, that's crazy.
So crazy, it bordered on delusion. Steve spent years convincing himself that Susan loved him back.
And I know she felt it. I mean, I know she couldn't have missed it. She's not naive either, I know, from what I've read in her journals. But if she didn't notice that, no, she did. She had to.
Sometimes Susan knew she was being filmed. Other times, she had no idea. We found one tape not even Steve realized he was recording.
It just seems like
that captured the moment that he professed his love for her.
I've really fallen in love with you.
You can hear exactly how Susan responded in episode 2 of Cold, available right now. Again, we're being very deliberate in the video clips we are choosing to share here. The goal with Cold is to shine a light on abusive behaviors and to help others escape.
The whole thing's disturbing.
Very disturbing.
Yeah.
Very difficult.
All right. Thanks, Dave.
Thanks, Dave.